hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. Whoa, I can think, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my head.
Well, hey, hello. Welcome to Honor Ramble. I am your host. I am Auntie Collins. We have the dream team today. Everyone, introduce yourself.
I'll let Kyle go first. This is like his show. Go ahead, Kyle. You're on top of our pyramid. Go right ahead, Kyle.
No, it's true. It's I wouldn't be here without several fantastic women that I've worked with. So it's it's only appropriate that. I am Kyle Sparks. I am an ROH shill. Have been since 2002, 2003, and I am a sad person.
That's gonna be the theme today.
I'm Kimmy. I crashed this show to complain with these two lovely people, and I hope tomorrow I could crash their DVD post show so we could complain about the pay-per-view together.
You are more than welcome to join in whatever capacity. We do want to say hi, hello. Hey there. Hassan? Am I saying it correctly? If not, I apologize. This is your Ring of Honor post show called Honor Ramble. We ramble, and mostly we try to use words to say, what in the heck is happening? What is happening? What is going on?
Using words to say what is going on is generally a good thing for an audio-based medium.
What's going on? What's
don't
going
know.
on?
I don't know what's going on. We have a board of director Addie. We have a championship that we just ununified for no reason. A debut is happening tomorrow. What is this?
To our friends Bobby and
Astrid.
I love it. Yeah, if you didn't know, by the sound of it, there is a pay-per-view tomorrow called Death Before Dishonor.
And if you watched the show, you wouldn't know. You
would had no idea. No idea. Because this show does not make any sense. None of it. None of the show makes sense.
There was only 3 champions on that were like live in capacity. They were our 2 women's champions and our TV champ from Mexico.
Yes, a pay-per-view. Really.
Yes.
A pay-per-view. 1. Even our viewers mentioned the Von Erichs are wrestling. Now they have my attention. Why? I'm not opposed to it. But the day before your pay-per-view, this is not how I planned the show. I invited Kimmy here as our guest because I thought, wow, this is going to be extra packed, exciting show. Things are going to be tied up in a bow tie together. We are going to laugh. We were going to cry. And mostly, I just want to cry.
Listen, I said so we have a group chat on Twitter, guys. It's called Ring of Honor Group Therapy, because that's what we do for potential Ring of Honor fans. We go to therapy together to rant about this product. So I remember before the Kingdom had opponents, which was about 5 hours ago before they had opponents, I was like, guys, I think the Von Erichs are going to like challenge the Kingdom. It makes sense. It's in their hometown. They'll get a good pop. Oh my God. And now Mr. Tony Khan wants to tell me that he ununified. Yes, we're going to send Tony Khan our therapy bills. Tony Khan is trying to tell me that he ununified the trios titles. They are no longer Ring of Honor and AEW. They are separated, and the Von Erichs are going to wrestle the Dark Order, and the winner is going to take on the Undisputed Kingdom, who 2 of them are defending the tag titles. One of them is wrestling for the world title. They're going to go after the vacant Ring of Honor 6-man titles the next day. If you don't think that makes sense, you're right. It doesn't.
Kyle, how do you feel? How are you doing? You enjoying the summer heat?
I'm trying to. I have a lot going through my head right now, and I'm trying really hard to put it in some kind of an accessible format. For starters, your TV title is being defended in a survival of the fittest match. That is not what that match is for.
Also, that's the first time I've ever seen it written out and not audibly thought that's how that's written. Because that's not the point of it. That's not the point of it. It's not the point.
Well, you know what? We'll get to this as we go through the show tonight, because we're gonna hit all the beats, and we do have a rundown of the card before the main event. But
God, wait, Kyle, hold on. I just realized at Final Battle there was a Survival of the Fittest for the World Television Championship too.
Yes,
this is the second time they've done this.
Yes, to be fair, that one at least made a little bit of sense because the title was vacant at that point.
This is true.
So that one was one where I was willing to go, okay, you know what? I like that you're bringing back the match type. Seems like a reasonable enough way to do it. Okay, fine. We'll give this a pass. It's a little weird, but we'll give it a pass. This is not. No, this is not what. No.
This is a fully developed human. Bad. Anyways, I'm excited to talk about this show and talk to y'all. Leave down in the chat. Let us know your thoughts as we're going through this. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. We put on this show every Thursday. So I almost did our outro.
Guys, we don't even have a show. It's over. We said our rants.
You know what? Yeah,
Bye.
that's it. That's it. We're just gonna sign off and rant at each other in the video chat, and you all can just do it amongst yourselves. You know, it's fine. It's fine.
How was y'all's week? Let me hear something good. And tell me a good thing about your week.
I'm 7 days from right now. I will be in Cleveland, Ohio for WrestleCon Cleveland.
Oh my god, that's so exciting!
SummerSlam is next week. Can we believe this? What the hell happened to summer?
I don't know. What did happen this summer? What did I do this summer?
Cry about Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I cried. Yeah. If you did not know, hi, I am a published writer on bodyslam.net. If you didn't know, I posted an editorial this week about how Tony Khan does not care about Ring of Honor championships, but I do. And I got a lot of positive feedback, so it was alarming to see like the one or two like this dumb B word. Guys, I'm trying to cut down on my swearing. We gotta get monetized, whatever it is. I gotta cut it down because every other word is gonna be an F-bomb, especially on this post show, because holy mackerel. But I got a lot of good feedback. If you haven't read it, it's all over my socials. But that's not what we're here for. We are here to ramble about.
Go read it. Go read it after you watch this show and commiserate with us. It is absolutely fantastic.
So
it is super well written, and Auntie's passion comes out all over it. It is very, very well done.
Thank you. I'm a very passionate person. If you didn't know, I am from New Jersey. If you haven't seen or heard my accent over here, and if you get me talking, my hands are gonna go. And I'm gonna bully Tony Khan, or else Tony Khan. You know.
All right, I've got this. This is as close to your positivity as I've got for you. This week was not only my birthday, it was also my 15th wedding anniversary.
Woo!
There's your positivity. There's your positivity, happiness and love and joy and wonderful. And there you go. There's your positivity.
My brain automatically went 15 years ago. That's like what, 2002? Nope.
That means I would be like, what? Think about me. I'm turning 23 in 3 weeks. I was born in 2001.
Anyways,
should we play the game where we see if Kimmy can guess how old I am?
Oh, didn't you post it?
Yeah, but do you remember?
42.
There you go. You did. Okay, good job.
Congratulations, you win the game. It's okay. One of my new coworkers, we were talking about our favorite movies, favorite trilogies, whatever. My favorite trilogy for a movie is Lord of the Rings. It's very sentimental for me.
It's okay. It's okay. Kimmy knows what the rules about Frodo. That's okay.
Well, he goes, Lord of the Rings, vintage. And he goes, it has like really good CGI for its time. Are we talking about the same movie? Like, are we talking about the cartoon series from the 80s? Like, what are we talking about?
I think
No.
it was
It was
even
a
the
cartoon.
70s.
It was in the 70s? Oh my
I want to say
God.
I want to say it was the 70s. I could be wrong on that. I want to say it was the late 70s.
I'm not but
Lord of the Rings came out in 1978.
well, I used to watch those. But also the Lord of the Rings films by Peter Jackson. 2001.
Yeah, they're like 20 something years old now.
23.
That's vintage?
Was this person around my age?
Yes, they
Oh, that's why.
graduated last year.
Ah, yes, that's why. I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf.
Listen,
See,
Bobby,
there you go, Bobby. There you go.
I feel it. I feel it today.
All right. Should we talk about this show? Just rip the bandage
should.
off and get it over with.
Well, welcome to Ring of Honor episode 74.
4. I don't know how we survived this long.
How are we getting here? The show opens very abruptly. It was delayed. I don't know if it was delayed for y'all, but
Correct.
I'm sitting there and I have the app open and I'm like, it's after 4. Why is it not on? 4:05 comes by. Nothing. 4:07 and I'm like, there's something wrong. But I reopened the app and it was like in the middle of this promo. What happened? Did they have to restart the servers?
I believe they did.
It did the same to me. It did the same to me. So yeah, that was. I had to go through the replay, or you could have just watched it on ROH's social feed as well on their Twitter to find out that Paul White is now a member of the ROH board of directors.
I have such a problem with this. So the board of directors was a storyline that I believe started around a year ago. It was Stokely Hathaway and Jerry Lynn. They were pretty much on TV weekly for about a month or 2. And then they just
until
disappeared.
Tony got bored.
Yes, until Tony got bored. That's a better description. And then they just disappeared and we really only heard of them. We didn't see them. I was really confused. Stokely obviously is now on AEW TV. Jerry Lynn, we just never see him. And Paul White, so the Kingdom were complaining that they have not complaining, they were celebrating the fact that they don't have challengers for tomorrow. They got the night off. Mike Bennett had DM'd him, instant messaged him, was not answering any of his messages. And Paul White's, well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is I am now a part of the board of directors. Don't know what made him qualified. I guess Tony Khan was bored.
He happened to be there.
Yeah, he just happened to be there that week. He just flew to Texas and they're like, hey, we need you. And also, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships will be defended tomorrow as the Undisputed Kingdom will be facing Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly. Why, you may ask? We still don't know.
When have these people last been on Ring of Honor?
Kyle hasn't been on under the Tony Khan brand at all.
This is mostly predicated on the fact that because we're building to Roderick Strong versus Mark Briscoe, and Mark is friends with Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy, and Orange is still friends with Ishii based on their shared time in Chaos, and so sure. Because Undisputed Kingdom has been feuding with them, let's grab those two. Not the Infantry. Not the Righteous, who have said they want the ROH tag team titles. Not Top Flight. Not, we could keep going.
Boulder and Bronson.
Not Shane Taylor Promotions. Well, I mean, you do have something else with Lee Moriarty at the time, but...
The Dark Order.
The Von Erichs, as you talked about.
SAP.
Maria's baby boys.
Gates of Agony.
I'm just really confused. And it's one of those things that really annoys me about the inconsistencies of Ring of Honor is that we've spent week after week after week establishing these other tag teams that get smushed into trios for some reason. Why have I wasted my time? Why have I wasted my time for the last 8 weeks, 9 weeks? To do what? To do what? To pull a rabbit out of your hat for Kyle O'Reilly, who is a former Ring of Honor champion. Let's not dismiss that. But Ishii, he doesn't even have a neck. He doesn't even have a neck. How can he be neck strong? That was the best part of that whole thing was.
How am I going to pile drive him if he doesn't have a neck?
Yeah, exactly. Their response to Ishii was tremendous, and that Kyle's their friend, so they're not going to fight. So this can go a couple of ways. Do we have Kyle turn on Ishii and join up with Undisputed and join up with the Kingdom? That's a way it could go. I don't like it, but it's a way it could go. Do we have the Kingdom just beat them clean because you don't want to put a title on Ishii right now because he's going to be gone in a month and a half? Do you use Kyle and Ishii to transition the titles to, say, Gates of Agony?
Ultimately, who's going to win them next? So that
Mason Mansoor.
Yeah, MXM is going to take them.
How I
Probably.
originally kind of thought this was going to work. So MXM are wrestling at TBA. It's probably going to be Bronson and Boulder. It's not going to be like anyone big. But I was like, oh my God, it would be so cool if MXM came out at the end of the Kingdom versus whoever and then attack the Kingdom. And then, oh my God, I want these titles because they're signed to Ring of Honor, exclusive to Ring of Honor. They made a big deal that it's signed. So it looks like they're going to stretch this out to possibly Final Battle with them winning it. But I personally would have done it tomorrow.
How are we supposed to get through August, September, October, and November and not blow my load with MXM?
Jumping out a window.
Kimmy, you've got the best life decisions mapped out right for me. Thank you so much.
And that's how you know Kimmy watches Ring of Honor.
And scene.
I have such good, perfect timing on this show.
Also, I'm gonna backtrack a bit and take some umbrage with Paul White in this role. I like Paul White. He's by all accounts a wonderful person. And is a company guy and will do whatever you ask of him and wants to do the best he can and so on and so forth. The original point of putting Jerry Lynn on the board was that he was a former ROH world champion. He's been around ROH for a long time. He was in the original tournament to crown the first ROH world champion. You have Jimmy Jacobs and Chris Hero just walking around backstage.
Made evident because Jimmy Jacobs was just on Hey EW.
They're there. Both are former multi-time ROH tag team champions. Jimmy Jacobs has wrestled on TV on Ring of Honor. He's been a judge for pure title matches.
He got $10,000 worth of pyro.
I get that you probably want to get your money's worth out of Paul White or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what the circumstance is there, but you have guys with a tie to ROH who can talk. Jimmy and Hero can both talk. tremendously. And Hero is also doing an authority figure role in West Coast Pro.
Hmm.
Tony Khan doesn't like using his noggin.
There are resources in front of him. There are people wandering backstage that are occupying time, space, and a paycheck. And I don't know about Paul White's deal. I don't know about his contract. That is something that maybe I should ask Sean Ross Sapp or Corey. Or if I was on the Ring of Honor call, I'd be like, hey, tell me more about Paul White's capacity. What are we doing with him? Because I'm confused.
Tony Khan was so blessed today. We talked about this before we started. Tony Khan was so blessed today. I was down on that call. So blessed. It's like, thank God Kimmy's not here. Whew. Dodged a bullet. I won't get X about Ring of Honor. I'll get X about AEW. That's the things I really want to talk about. But it's a Ring of Honor media call. Me and Jeremy Lambert were having this conversation on Twitter because he had tweeted out that like the Ring of Honor call did not talk about Ring of Honor. And I go, Jeremy, what's the difference between this call and what happened to Supercard of Honor? What's going to happen at Final Battle? And he's like, you're right. I was like, I know.
Sorry, I just posted on Twitter, this dog that I'm dog sitting, over 100 pounds, thinks he's small boy, is actually giant cowboy. I put it in our chat of what he's looking like at this current moment at me. So I don't know how to add pictures on here, but
Oh, that's tremendous.
I love it.
He is the best boy.
why is his face doing that?
Because he's us when we were watching Ring of Honor tonight.
Exactly.
Playing dead.
Exactly. But any other thoughts for our first segment? Not even a match. Our first
This
segment.
set up what was a horrible episode that made me want to go cry in a corner. Thank you, Paul White. You have taught me that there is truly no BS with Ring of Honor because no one cares. Bobby, that's the one you clip if he's still watching. Bobby, that's the one.
While I'm screaming like a Muppet over here. Jeez.
So
Then it was wrestling after this.
There wasn't wrestling after this. Because
Yeah.
Lexi Nair interviewed Matt Taven and
We
Mike
just
Bennett.
talked about that.
we did just talk
Oh,
about
We
this.
did that.
wait a minute.
Now we're
I
on the
know.
tag match.
Sorry.
I'm not going back and reliving it again.
So next
It took us a half hour to get through the first
Sorry,
3
I
minutes
was
of the
just
show.
ranting about it.
Listen, it was very traumatic. Okay, so we can
It
talk
was.
about Lee Moriarty and Anthony Ogogo versus Claudio Castagnoli and our pure champion who made his way to TV,
Finally.
Wheeler Yuta.
Finally. He has yet to defend it on TV, but that's here nor there. Did y'all feel that it was weird that Claudio and Yuta are being treated like baby faces or faces in general?
See, the BCC is really weird, right? Because Brian's kind of doing his own thing now that he's with
Right.
Swerve. We haven't seen Moxley since he lost at Forbidden Door to NATO. And Yuta and Claudio were kind of just there. I know that Claudio's going to Mexico next month, a part of that Grand Prix thing
Mm-hmm.
at CMLL. So I think,
as is Kyle Fletcher.
yes. So I think they're just kind of stalling for them just until they figure out what they really want to do with Moxley. And again, Brian's just kind of doing his own thing. This match, I feel like it was okay. Like the crowd was really into it. The crowd loved Claudio. Like anything Claudio
That's the
did.
thing. Why are they loving Claudio? I thought that they were bad guys. And now you're making Lee Moriarty the bad guy? I don't believe that Lee Moriarty is the bad guy.
To be honest, everyone in Ring of Honor, there's no babyface or heel. Everybody is just there. Okay, we have not. We can't. I know. We listen. Athena's supposed to be a heel, but we all love Athena, right?
Well, you do, unless you want to get in trouble.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
As a proud minion. Listen, there's only one person on that Ring of Honor women's roster that can hate me, and that's Nyla Rose.
Oh, and she does very, very well.
I love it. I love it.
But I texted her before her match against Mercedes. Good luck, and she thanked me. So
Okay, you're ruining kayfabe right now. Please, only stick to kayfabe. Only stick to kayfabe.
Ring of Honor doesn't, so why should I?
I'm a little bit confused. And
why?
Here's my thing with commentary. And this is my love for the Pure Championship and whatever. Commentary really didn't mention anything about, Lee Moriarty has it all stacked up against him. Like, why? Why does he have it stacked up against him? There was a rope break. Why didn't you mention, he can't really do that tomorrow? Or, there was an open hand strike. Oh, can't really do that. Oh my gosh. Why don't they want to educate us?
Open hand strikes you can do.
You can, yes.
It can't be closed fist.
I'm gonna close fist your face. But why was comment? That's the thing that I'm meaning is like, why is commentary not even like casually mentioning like, okay, yeah, there's a match tomorrow, but also what's in it? It's not just a regular wrestling match. There are stipulations. There are reasons why it is the Pure Championship. Talk about the lineage of the Pure Championship. Can someone just do something about it?
They
forgot.
I feel like at this point, the title has been in such a state of limbo for so long based on Wheeler's injuries that I feel like, yes, we're going to quietly have him defend the title against Moriarty tomorrow, drop it to Moriarty, and then sort of do a soft refresh on the division.
They better.
At least that's my hope. So don't draw too much attention to it now, because that starts getting into uncomfortable questions about, well, where the hell has it been? Which we don't entirely want to answer necessarily because of the nature of, how long Yuta's been out and so on. So you sort of push it under the rug a little bit, but you let you put it on Moriarty tomorrow, and then you sort of like how when AJ Styles held the Pure Wrestling title for 2 months, then had to drop it when TNA pulled all their talent because of the Rob Feinstein incident. And then Doug Williams was just the first Pure champion again. It was just Doug Williams. And we didn't recognize AJ's title reign until like 10 years later.
That was one of the first Ring of Honor things that I watched ever, was AJ Styles versus CM Punk. And it made me actually hate CM Punk, and I still kind of disdain CM Punk. Don't tell Kate, because I feel
Drew McIntyre would agree with you.
Listen, I never bought into the CM Punk cult of personality,
I see what you did there.
That was a good one.
Listen, they walk around in white shirts, white ringer shirts. They travel in clusters. They do this when they see each other. Cult. How is it not?
But hey, I was all in on Punk as soon as the trilogy with Joe happened. So that was like, okay, that was enough to get me on board.
Does that mean that I'm a forever Punk hater?
So you should be in that picture with Drew McIntyre and Jack Perry.
That actually is me. I'm actually Jack Perry.
Well, Kenta actually photoshopped himself in it, so you need to Photoshop yourself in the one with Kenta.
I'm so totally doing that right after this. So just to cap off this match, by the way, Claudio and Wheeler get the win.
Whoa. Good job, babyface. This was a very babyface heavy winning episode, by the way.
Yeah, Claudio with a giant swing and a lariat on Anthony Ogogo. This was 11 and a half minutes, and I have like no notes for it. It was a TV match. It was fine. It happened. Very little memorable happened in it. Nothing actively bad, but it happened.
The crowd, I feel like, was a little bit more distracting to me because they were cheering for Yuta. Yuta. I'm like, what did he do? He didn't do anything. He existed.
He showed up. That's a big deal. He showed up.
This is the thing that I think might harm these Arlington tapings is that these fans are very AEW centric. So are they just going to cheer wrestlers who have been on AEW television and not necessarily been on Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Maybe. I'm going to shout out Ian Riccaboni because I love when he does little things like this on commentary. As we started off the match with Yuta and Moriarty, and Ian speculated, if you're Lee Moriarty, how much do you want to take out of the playbook right now, knowing that you're facing Yuta tomorrow? Because if you win tonight, you get more money in the purse, you get the winner's share, and so on and so forth. But do you do that at the risk of showing too much of your hand and giving Yuta something to scout for tomorrow night? Yes, thank you, commentary, for treating this like a serious thing.
I didn't catch that, and I don't think I understand what that means. Showing this is a poker thing, correct?
I mixed my metaphors a little bit I mixed my metaphors a bit. The idea being that if you're Lee Moriarty, do you want to show more of the moves and holds and things that you can do in order to win this match and earn more money for winning this match at the risk of maybe giving Yuta something else to scout and be able to counter tomorrow for a match that's more important?
Do they get more money, I guess, on pay-per-views, I would assume?
That's been a talking point.
It's like a kayfabe thing, though. I feel like...
Yeah, it is. It is. Gorilla Monsoon talked about it all the time back in the 80s. You'd get the winner's share of the purse kind of thing.
The winner's share of the purse. Everyone has a purse now.
Also, by the way, I'm old and I watched wrestling in the 80s.
And we applaud you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
To educate us.
Yeah, thank you.
And me, who wasn't born.
Listen, I was one.
And wouldn't be for another 20 years yet.
I was one. How was I supposed to know what anything was? I couldn't even
Good job,
figure out.
Bobby.
Exactly. See, Bobby's there with me.
He's
right.
in the 60s. Oh
me and Bobby and Papa Smokes, and it's oh man, and maybe
right,
and
Grandpa.
even Ed, all the old men of OLE podcast.
All right, Grandpa. Just kidding. Okay, well, our next segment is not a match, but it was my favorite segment of the entire evening.
Good
Lexi
journalism.
Sorry, my dog is currently licking my legs, so I'm distracted. Lexi Nair introduced the challengers in the women's title match both title matches for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship and the Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship. At Death Before Dishonor, Queen Aminata and Red Velvet. They were in matching little gears. It was very cute. And Lexi Nair was not being a very biased journalist.
She's a broadcast journalist. She can call it how she pleases.
She is minion number bestie. Are you really going to criticize her journalism?
I am.
Really?
She had the blazer on. You put the blazer on, the blazer of power. You gotta be fair. You gotta cut it down the middle.
She was
You need,
to her minion overlord.
Yeah, she. I think the agreement was that they would get 5 minutes, and the first bad thing that Queen Aminata said about Athena, she was out there, and I timed it just for grins, and it was at like 55 seconds.
I remember it was 5 minutes uninterrupted, and that did not happen.
It didn't even make it 1 minute.
Interesting. I really love that. But Lexi Nair didn't let Queen Aminata speak. Queen Aminata grabbed that microphone and she started to speak. And let me just say, I love when Queen Aminata speaks because I kind of forget what she's saying because it's so beautiful. I love it. I think that she's very royal in the way that she speaks, in the way that she acts, and is very fitting to be your Ring of Honor champion. But like Kyle mentioned, Athena came out. She was carried by ROH staff member. Is it MIT?
He was not branded as such.
He wasn't branded as such. Okay.
He wasn't good enough to be branded.
Commentary was mentioning Tony Deppen, and I popped because I love Tony Deppen. But Athena made her way into the ring. She has a visible walking boot. Lexi helped her up as well. And Athena said Lexi did her best and that these two are uncultured to do an interview segment.
That's right.
Athena said ever since she beat the Tar, I didn't know that was a thing. Out of these two, they've been nothing but tyrants and bullies. And the way that her eyes bulged out at bullies, I was like, okay, I believe that they were bullies. Yes.
They were. She listed plenty of examples.
And Athena noted that they called her Ashy. And called Billy Trashy. Ashy and Trashy sounds like a really metal tag team or, band. I don't know. It's kind of cool. And then Athena said Aminata is not ready for the opportunity. And the two of them are, I had to write it down, raggedy ass lot lizards.
I mean, is she wrong?
That I don't know what I can theorize what that means, but it sounds bad either way.
What is a lot lizard? This segment was absolutely fantastic. Billy Starks came out from behind. Her hair matches Athena's hair. Their gear also matches. She attacked Queen Aminata and Red Velvet. Billy, only recognizable by the belt she's wearing around her waist.
Because she wore a mask for the majority of the segment.
And of course, Athena took off her boot.
She can walk. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We have witnessed a miracle here on ROH television this week.
We have. She said it was going to be 8 to 12 months. I was on this show when she said this. It was minion math. She has overcome the odds. I don't understand why there has not been a celebration for this. What the hell? Also,
Bring in
Let's go back
Jacoby
to-
Watts. You're healed.
No, listen. He wasn't on Ring of Honor tonight, but Nick Camarado was. I think we were all blessed. But going back to Billy Starks, can we talk about how her hair is like darker than Athena's, and I don't like it. It needs to be fixed. It doesn't go.
What do you
It's-
mean?
I feel like she's too pale to have that dark color hair.
Oh, the vibrancy. You want it to be like
Yes.
more pastel-y?
Yes, it's too dark. It looks weird. Like I was like looking at this for 5 minutes. I'm like, this doesn't look good. What was she thinking?
The
I don't-
vibrancy, the opacity. You want it to be more of that pastel color because that is a very Billy Starks vibe, right?
Yeah. And Athena's hair is purple, but Billy's is blue. But they're supposed to be matching. Blue and purple, they're next to each other on the rainbow, but they're two different colors. Like
Okay,
my
but-
shirt is purple. My bubble here that says my name is blue.
But Queen Aminata and Red Velvet, one of them had a blue jumpsuit and one of them had a purple jumpsuit.
I mean, it was closer together that you could like tell. Like this was just like indigo.
Oh my
And
god.
Purple. Her hair is indigo. Like if you were to color match it and you hold up the color indigo,
All right, we doing color theory. That's where we're going.
yes. Take it back to
In
purple art class, guys.
that case, I'm gonna cut out. Y'all have a great night.
What? We did not even get to the clusterfuck of the 10-man tag
Oh
yet.
my god.
The best is yet to come, Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. Color theory is not the thing that I do.
Wait, what is Kevin? Who is Kevin?
It's the Kelvin scale of color, so it's like it's all the colors. Did you all not learn about this in like art class?
Oh, I don't know if I was paying attention in art class. I also was homeschooled, so it's fine.
So it's like all of the colors.
All the colors, Kelvin.
Yes.
I thought that was like science.
What?
No.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna
Right.
pretend I didn't say any of that. So anyways, what did you all
Anyways.
think of this
Next.
segment?
Oh, we're
Tell
still
me.
on this. I
It
enjoyed
was-
it.
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean,
the energy is just like right out of here. Right
Because
out of
Tony
here.
Khan killed
It's
me.
it's set up the. I mean, you're in a spot where this match has been. These both matches have both been set up for weeks and weeks and weeks
Right.
and weeks, and this is one case of setting up too soon, and the feud
I would
itself
agree.
suffering a little bit.
I would agree. Feels like it could have happened twice already, so
I think they should have done the tag match at some point
they should have.
between both of them. I thought that's where this was going to lead. I would not be surprised if for whatever reason they added to Battle of the Belts, since they need matches to fill that hour and we only have 2 matches announced.
I mean, it is only an hour. But...
Yeah, I mean, you can do that weird thing with the two champions and have both belts on the line, and if a champion gets pinned, they lose their title.
That's cool. I like that. Kyle, do you want to book for Ring of Honor?
We've been pitching it for a long time. A panel of the three of us
every
and
week.
Kate
Tony Khan
and
you
Sam
coward.
and 5 or 6 of us, and
Or else Tony Khan.
you know,
Or else.
I mean, we'd win Promotion of the Year. I mean, no questions asked.
Well, speaking of Promotion of the Year, we have a Gates of Agony versus Angelico and Serpentico.
This was the longest
SAP.
match of my life. For no reason. Okay, the Gates of Agony, who are in squash matches every other week, should have squashed these 2 people But no, Kyle, how long was this match?
Yeah, I was about to
7
ask.
minutes.
7
Yeah,
minutes?
this
That's
match,
it.
This
7
match
minutes.
should have been 3. This was a waste of time, effort, and energy. None of these 4 people are on the card tomorrow. Hated it.
By the way, do you know how long it's been since the last time the Gates of Agony were in a straight tag match, as in 2-on-2, on ROH TV?
3 months.
When?
December.
December?
Brr.
December to December.
Every other ROH
Not-
appearance they've made has been in 6-man tag with Brian Cage.
And I hate when they're Cage of Agony. Like, that's not it. It's not it. It's also because I probably don't like Brian Cage,
But he made. Don't worry,
That-
he made the pay-per-view tomorrow.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's called the lazy booking match.
Well, so this was a match. Any more thoughts on this match?
No, it lasted a lot longer. It lasted about twice as long as I thought it probably should have. I still want Angelico in the pure division.
Kyle,
I'm
I don't know
probably
if-
never ever going to get
If
it.
it's ever gonna happen.
I don't think it is.
Well,
But when it does, we can point to all of this stuff for weeks and weeks and weeks and months of this and go.
well, speaking of, I don't.
Speaking of matches that didn't go very long,
that didn't go. Okay, so here's the thing: EJ Nduka versus
When
John
was he
Cruz.
signed? Like, this is news to me that this dude has been signed.
It was a while ago. But I only know that because I have already been following him on social media, seeing him at other indie shows, whatever. You just kind of follow people. Thought it was funny that Serpentico had the match and then it flowed right into a John Cruz match,
I love that.
Wrestling Observer reported in June of 2023 that he signed with AEW.
Yep.
Where the hell has he been?
MLW, thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Correct.
Nduka, tall fella, looks good.
Crowd liked him.
Wrestles good. Crowd likes him. Apparently he's 6'8".
Foot and a half taller than me.
Kimmy, that's all that's important. Is
So only 5 inches taller than me.
Okay, Kyle, we all can't be like you who are tall.
I had one note in my mat that I had basically one note for this, and it was a joke that I made a stupid joke, and I loved it
you
anyway.
wrote a
I didn't
joke.
care.
That's such a dad thing.
And I said Nduka has what appears to be meteors on his trunks, which is apropos since this is likely an extinction level event for John Cruz.
Oh my god.
And that was about what happened. He just mauled poor John Cruz.
He it was like he was playing with his food, It was like a little taunt, little bit tossing John Cruz around. Who John Cruz / Serpentico does such a great job of selling for other people. Really should get his flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nyla. Stop saying his flight should get canceled every week.
Hey, she likes John Cruz. It's
But
that
just like
Serpentico guy she can't.
Yeah.
She hates him.
Well, yeah, you don't tend to have voodoo dolls of people that you hate or that you like.
Hey, we've never confirmed she has one of me, and I could live quite vicariously knowing that.
Maybe I might give her one. I don't know.
Please don't do that.
Anyways, speaking of which, we got a video package. Emphasis on
MXM.
package.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna debut tomorrow. What did y'all think of this video package?
Dinner is served.
I would have rather them come out as a surprise. I mean, I feel like we all would have expected it anyway to come tomorrow and them do something bigger on the pay-per-view because I feel like there's not I mean, there really isn't any surprises on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view anyway, but if they're really serious about this reboot, I would have had one type of surprise and it would have been in this like them appearing. But yeah, they're wrestling. Like I said earlier, it's a TBA, probably going to be Bronson and Boulder or someone you've seen on Ring of Honor before.
We've seen a lot of tag teams on Ring of Honor.
Listen,
But I
if it's
think-
the infantry and that's the first match on a 0 hour, I'm gonna be so mad that they're just doing it without a build.
Yeah. Well, this would be a situation where if Cole Carter hadn't broken his arm or whatever it was he did, that he and Garrison would have been a great choice for that.
Absolutely. But I'm excited. It just feels like edging. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm about to blow my load, you know? Here we go. I'm about to do it. Sorry. That was an innuendo. I can't even speak now.
Do we?
That's
I was
how
gonna say,
mad.
do we need to give you a
Innuendo.
minute and just have Kimmy and I
I'm
take
fine.
over for a little while, or
It's fine. We're good. We jumped right into a match that doesn't make sense though.
I mean, that's like the entirety of the card. So which one are we talking about?
a match that doesn't make sense to build to another match that also doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Leo Rush and the
Matchception.
ROH TV champion Atlantis Jr. are tagging against Johnny TV and it's Shane Taylor. Huh?
This was a weird
The way
choice.
the commentary was trying to make sense of this, huh?
Yeah, I was pretty confused. I mean, I obviously you wanted Atlantis Jr. to get on the card. I understand that. I would have just honestly put him in an enhancement talent match. Let's be real. They teased some type of alliance between Shane Taylor and Johnny TV, but then they were like fighting after. But then they celebrated together. Obviously, both of them are in that Survival of the Fittest match tomorrow. And Leo Rush is in there. Yeah, this match happened. The Survival
I do like
of the
that
Fittest
commentary
match is stupid. And here
did
we are.
mention Shane Taylor and Leo Rush's history together briefly,
Yes.
if anything. Did kind of tie it together for me. But it just sucks because Atlantis Jr. just became like an afterthought and a nothing match. And he is the TV champion, whether or not I feel like it's deserved at this point, but Kyle Fletcher will get his lick back somehow. And
That seemed like the obvious play, was that
Right.
Kyle Fletcher immediately challenged Atlantis and said, I want to run it back on my home turf. And this was this was when you had a company that was running a pay-per-view in 3 to 4 weeks from then.
Right. However,
None of this was hard. None.
I have a feeling, I was talking to someone about this, that since Mark Davis, I believe, is coming back soon, that they want to kind of make Kyle more focused on tag team stuff since Davis is coming back, instead of having him like reclaim the TV title. It's like, well, Mark Davis is back and now, like, what do we do? So if you're a fan of the tag team of them, be hyped, because I think they're coming back soon.
yeah, I know that Mark Davis has been out for quite some time. I know that he was dealing with injury and then dealing with some mental health stuff, what have you. Whatever it is, I'm excited for him to be back, but a part of me is kind of like sad because we never really got the start of Kyle Fletcher like making a huge dent into Ring of Honor. He just kind of appeared, lost the title, and then we were like, oh, okay, this is going to be a great match 3 weeks away. And now what are we doing? I'm confused. Tony Khan?
His
Sure
Q&As on Twitter, though, so good. So funny. His Q&A's on Instagram, even better.
Oh, Kyle Fletcher, not Tony Khan.
No, not Tony Khan. We are talking about Kyle Fletcher.
We are not talking about Tony Khan.
No.
Anthony.
No, we're not talking about
Conarelli.
Anthony. We're talking about Kyle. So entertaining. If you're bored, like, just go through like his Q&As because he says the funniest shit. It's great.
Listen, we are all Fletchlights.
Yes,
right?
we're Fletchlights here. Put it on a shirt. I want to buy it. I worked with Kyle 2 months ago. He's. Just
I don't
wonderful
think.
human.
I don't think that's what he agreed to for the name.
Yeah,
That
he did.
does
He
not
tweeted
seem-
it.
Well, sorry.
He doesn't have a choice anymore.
We've been
It's-
subjected to some really terrible names of fans. Let us have this one. Let us have it, please.
This is between. No. You're move on.
Can we take a shot every time Kyle has tried to leave this show because me and Collins has done something so
Wait.
crazy?
Is
Yes.
tomorrow's post show? Are we drinking on this post show?
Can we?
That seems like a bad idea.
Why?
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 Because I'd like to survive the evening.
We will survive.
I will survive. Oh,
Tommy said we should do it. Is it just the three of us, or are we getting a guest?
anyone can pop in? I'm
the
down.
Door, the door would be open to
The StreamYard is just gonna go in the Twitch.
Crash.
Anyone that wants to pop on and join us.
Oh God.
Let us be entertained here because honestly,
The pay-per-view itself is not what I'm concerned about. It's going to deliver just fine. It always does. It's just the path to get there has been an unmitigated disaster.
this has been the worst path to a pay-per-view. Let's
agree.
not chalk it up to anything. There were some weird dry times in the weird part of CM Punk's departure, right? Where he was suspended for the biting incident. I don't know. And then when he returned, and I thought that's the worst thing ever. Everyone was gone with an injury. It's such a dry time. This is worse. This is the worst thing you've ever done, Tony Khan. This is the worst.
I think Tony Khan forgets that he has to put on 3 pay-per-views a year, and then he's like, "Oh my God, it's almost July. We gotta put on Death Before Dishonor. Oh crap, it's July 1st. We gotta start building for Death Before Dishonor."
Well, he doesn't just like dip his toe into wrestling. He's involved in soccer. He's involved in football.
That's why
involved
we're
in-
right here, ready to sign the dotted line to help you book Ring of Honor.
I agree. Any final thoughts on the previous match before we jump into the clusterfuck of whatever the fuck?
I love Shane Taylor. I love that he got a pin on the TV champion. I want all the good things for that man.
Yeah.
And I've been pitching him rolling Mark Briscoe and taking the ROH World Title and going on a reign of terror.
Well, he
I've been
called
pitching
out
that
Mark
for a
Briscoe.
while. Exactly.
So I don't know why he's going after the TV title now. This is why I'm confused.
Well,
I mean, I
this is
want Shane Taylor to have all the belts. Just give him every belt.
This is also no different than Josh Woods calling out the Pure Champion and then winding up in the Survival of the Fittest at Final Battle for the TV title.
Oh my God! Wait.
Josh
Before you logged on to this StreamYard, me and Collins were talking about the varsity athletes, and I go, "Where the hell have they been? They came in, had chaos on that one Ring of Honor episode, and have disappeared."
Have we forgotten? Mr. Corncob Abs?
Never forgotten.
We absolutely have not. Have we forgotten that Josh Woods also called out Mark Briscoe in the ROH World Title? Absolutely, we have.
Oh,
I'm
did.
sorry,
I
I
didn't even know
haven't, but absolutely everybody important has.
that. I didn't even know that. When the hell did that happen?
He did it in an interview segment. I want to say it was even on ROH, but it was a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And I'm not sure he's even had a singles match since.
Oh my god.
Like
Well, anyways,
But-
so do y'all want to talk about this insane match that I couldn't?
Abaddon.
Yeah, Abaddon.
Oh my god! I didn't write any notes about Abaddon.
Abaddon was in a squash match. We don't know where where they have been. They should honestly be on this card instead of the Texas Death match that's happening for no apparent reason. And yeah, that's about it.
It was a squash match. Who is this person?
I have no
Kyle?
idea.
Pimenta.
Tell us about them.
This was her ROH debut. She is 27 years old, multi-year veteran, has worked a variety of independents in and around Texas and in Mexico, and is perfectly fine. Like, I think there's a bunch of names you could have grabbed here, and as Tony said in the media call, there's a variety of reasons for who gets chosen for these types of spots, whether it's somebody that they're actually looking at long term or if it's somebody who happened to be there. Abaddon was last seen on Honor Club about a month and a half ago. Back in June, they were on episode 68 on the losing end of a trios match. Yeah, I had this at 1 minute 57 seconds before Black Dahlia wraps it up.
That's so sad.
I clearly did not have anything to mention during this match other than it happened.
Is next the 10-man clusterfuck?
Yes,
it is.
Here we go on my usual there should be no matches that's more than a 6-man tag. It's usually a cluster. Very glad that Fuego is somewhat back. Very happy to see him.
I loved that. It was that was the one thing during the pandemic, especially for those who watched the AW Dark and Dark Elevation, is Fuego del Sol. Just a gem of a human, gem of a wrestler, exactly what you need kind of for a show like this, where it's a little bit of talent and a lot of bit of shenanigans and fun.
Well, did Fuego move? Wasn't he always being announced as being from Mobile or wherever in Alabama?
Mobile.
I don't remember. Wasn't he announced as being from Alabama at one point?
Mobile.
I don't want.
Oh yeah, move on from that, please.
I didn't watch Dark, so I don't know.
I want to say that he was announced at one point as being from Alabama someplace. And now I'm having to look it up because
he is billed from Mobile, Alabama.
I'm also seeing Oklahoma City, and tonight he was billed from Dallas, so who even knows?
He just lives somewhere. He got a really good reaction. Very excited to see that. Hoping they use him a lot more on the Arlington tapings. I think they're going to utilize, if he did move to Texas, I think they're going to utilize a lot of Texas talent out there. And the Faces won.
Are you shocked? Are you shocked?
No.
Are you shocked that a team that Nick Camarado was on lost?
No, I'm very happy that Nick Camarado lost. Even better, Jacoby Watts wasn't there. Thank God.
This is so rude.
And by the way, Nick Camarado's last televised match was a loss to Daniel Garcia that lasted 71 seconds.
Rest in peace, Daniel Garcia. MJF killed him. Haven't seen him since. Is anyone concerned? No.
Okay, but I did note that everybody in this tag team cluster hell, they all tagged in at one point. They did some sort of move at some time. That's a lot of people.
That is hard-hitting analysis right there.
Guys, this is why they pay me the big bucks. That's why they pay me the big bucks, you know? I said, they're all here. That's it. They all just
Well,
showed up
I-
and they got paid.
You know, Bronson popped me for faking out the standing moonsault,
I also wrote that.
and then just turning into the earthquake splash, the vertical splash. Just dumb stuff like that pops me every single time, and I am not ashamed of it.
I love it. The crowd was really hot on Top Flight. Don't know why they're not in tag team action. The crowd obviously loves them.
Because we need to do this thing to pay off an angle that nobody is interested in on AEW television proper.
Agreed.
Camarado got the loss. He took the loss.
As he should.
Listen, I believe in him.
They strung together some moves on him too. Fuego hit the tornado DDT, and then Andretti hit his running shooting star press, and then Dante hit that the crossover frog splash. Like they stacked up the finishers on him.
Poor guy, and he's a big guy, so you're gonna need quite a number of things. Was absolutely crazy. Could have been on your 0 hour for your pay-per-view and not necessarily here. I felt like by this time I was getting really antsy and I was eating my dinner going, okay, is this match over? Is this match over? Is this match over? Why is this on this card? I don't know.
I had it at 9:24.
Almost 10 minutes.
Bro.
It took me 10 minutes to eat my dinner. My dinner from Burger King.
Hey, but then after that, we got that Amanada Red Velvet segment.
Break it down for us, Kimmy.
I have no notes. I never have any notes for this show.
No,
they said some things. Amanada said that Red Velvet had the line that their matching outfits, they don't look good in it, and that they look better in their matching outfits than they do.
It's true.
Remember,
Absolutely.
I agree.
I just have that they promised revenge tomorrow night. Like I didn't have anything for it, but yeah, it's pretty typical. You know, you got the advantage, but we're gonna get you tomorrow night. Blah 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 blah.
And they're both gonna lose.
I didn't like that. I don't like that. Take that back, Kimmy. Take that back.
You think one of them's gonna win?
I would like Queen Amanada to win.
She's not winning.
I would like Billy to turn on Athena.
If they're gonna do that match at Final Battle, they can't have that turn happen tomorrow. They have to they're not gonna be able to build it out for this many months. This is Tony Khan we're talking about, who built this whole show in a day.
That's fair.
You gotta think like Tony.
And I think you can't have mentor being turned on by mentee because we already have that going on AEW. So,
but the full circle would be, since at Final Battle last year they main evented, and they had that match. If they do it in Hammerstein, which I'm 85% sure we're gonna get it. If Billy versus Athena happens.
Okay.
You know what they should do, actually? You know how TNA has the option C crap?
Okay.
So, you could trade in the X Division title for a world title shot. They should have Billy do that. Billy's sick of Athena's, or Athena gets sick of Billy. Athena turns on Billy, and Athena's I'm trading in my Ring of Honor TV title. I want a shot at Athena instead. And
I would take that over anything else.
Yes, and then you have a mini tournament again. You have Red Velvet win that tournament, or Queen Amanada win that tournament. You break them up, and you do that. Tony Khan, I am available. I am not employed at all. I need a contract. Please. I have student loans to pay.
Also, say what you will about how Billy Corgan has run the NWA. That is a fun thing that they have integrated into Billy Corgan's NWA. Where if the NWA World's Television Champion successfully defends the belt 7 times, they can then cash it in for a shot at the World's Heavyweight title.
See, Billy's not even up to 7. She hasn't even had a real title defense yet.
You get 7 defenses, then you can cash in. I'm that's actually kind of interesting. I kind of dig that.
Tomorrow night, at Death Before Dishonor, We have Athena versus Queen Amanada for the Women's World, the ROH Women's World Championship. Billy Starks versus Red Velvet for the ROH Women's TV Championship. Mike Bennett and Matt Taven take on Kyle O'Reilly and Tomohiro Ishii for the ROH Tag Team Championship. Wheeler Yuta takes on the challenger Lee Moriarty for the ROH Pure Championship. Diamante versus legit Layla Hirsch. Where was that mentioned tonight? I don't know. In a
Nowhere.
Texas death match, we have Atlantis Jr. versus Lee Johnson versus Leo Rush versus Shane Taylor versus Johnny TV versus Brian Cage in a survival of the fittest match for the ROH TV Championship. We have Commander versus Beast Muertos. We have the Dark Order versus Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs, where the winners get an Undisputed Trios title match at Battle of the Belts on Saturday, which I didn't even know was happening. And we have Mark Briscoe versus Roderick Strong for the ROH World Championship. All pulled out of somebody's butt last minute. Are we ready to talk about our main event?
That is a 9-match card, and
It's 10
my assumption
matches.
is that we're...
It's 10,
Okay.
including the pre-show. Because I have my predictions right here, and it's 10 matches.
I'm only getting 9. Where are you getting 10 from?
MXM's debut on the pre-show, Survival of the Fittest.
I haven't seen anything that said MXM is actually wrestling.
It was on the. They had a graphic on the lower third. No, it was a lower third, and it said they were debuting. Kate tweeted it, and it's on Wikipedia.
If it's on Wikipedia.
If it's on Wikipedia, it counts.
If it's on
Kate
if it's on
tweeted
Wikipedia,
it.
I'm not sure I buy it. But if Kate said it, then it's fine. I trust Kate more than you, is what I'm saying. So
I'm telling Kate after this.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Do we before we go into that, does anybody want to get any?
I'm sending it to you.
Does anybody want to get any ranting off their chest about that they are de-unifying the trios titles?
Ah!
I don't understand how you could quietly de-unify a title. I didn't know Christian Cage was that much of a sore loser that didn't want to come to Honor Club. He's playing on Collision every week.
No other champions show up. Why should Christian be any different?
Because he decided that he needed a title again.
It's very fatherless behavior of us.
That's what I'm saying. Unbelievable. I didn't realize you could quietly ununify titles. I think they should have announced this and made a bigger deal of it. I think Tony Khan should have done his stupid 90-second promo where he explains this to us. What the fuck, Tony Khan?
Or maybe use the board of directors person that you literally just promoted to this role, and because you remembered the board of directors was a thing.
I mean, yeah, that works too, but
I miss Jerry Lynn.
I miss Daniel Garcia.
Oh, you know why I love Jerry Lynn is because he's just unexpecting as one of the most hardcore wrestlers that have ever existed. That wasn't I guess he is main event. I don't know. Not really. I don't know. But every picture that I've ever seen of Jerry Lynn from when he was younger, he's just bloodied. He is having a good time, having a ball.
Great dude.
Love him. All right. Yo, ready to talk about the main event?
So we had the Von Erichs versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds, which is a preview for tomorrow's trios match. Von Erich's got the pop. I'm happy. So I understand why the Von Erichs main evented. Obviously, Texas, Arlington residency. I would have rather seen a champion main event, especially because this was a go-home show. Makes the pay-per-view feel important. I understand that this is a match on the pay-per-view, but since you didn't tell us until after that this was for the Ring of Honor 6-man championships, I would have, make it feel important. This match was okay. Dustin coming out at the end to save the Von Erichs, Kevin hitting the Iron Claw. Everyone in Texas gets sent home happy. 6 out of 10.
Over the course of my notes, I said the Von Erichs aren't coming out to Stranglehold, as I imagine that would get expensive pretty quickly. So we're not going to do that. We're going to find him a sound alike.
The WCW equivalent.
I still don't know if Dark Order is supposed to be heels or not, but putting them against the Von Erichs in Texas does kind of give you a hint. Reynolds. Yeah, this thing wrapped up when Reynolds got a little bit cocky after an Evil Uno distraction, and he decided to talk some smack to Kevin Von Erich on the outside, and then proceeded to turn around into a big ol' lariat from Marshall Von Erich for the 3 count and the win. And yeah, Dark Order have absolutely been losers for a while now, so I don't know what merits them having an opportunity to even qualify for a title match.
Right? They've been bottom of the barrel. They haven't been winning anything, and Evil Uno didn't even win his match last week against Shibata. So it's not like there's
you could easily put Lance Archer and the Righteous in that spot.
Exactly. A team that has actually been getting wins, that has actually been getting in the reps, that is actually interesting to me. I'm so sorry. I love the Dark Order. I think that they are fantastic. One of the best storylines ever was getting Hangman into the
Dark Order.
AEW, main championship title, all of that, everything involved with that. Brody's entire lineage being encompassed. I can't even speak tonight. What is going on with my brain?
You're mad about Ring of Honor.
I am so mad about Ring of Encompassed.
I get it.
Listen, it just doesn't make sense from a logistics standpoint.
No. But we also got to send, like Kimmy said, we got to send the crowd home happy as well. As Dustin came in to save the Von Erich brothers from the beatdown, the rest of Dark Order gets away except for Reynolds, and Kevin Von Erich climbs in the ring, and Kevin Von Erich, to a huge pop in front of the Texas crowd, he gets gets Alex Reynolds in the Iron Claw. Everybody loses their minds. Nostalgia for days.
He deserves that. But the show ended just like that, with the Von Erichs on top, with Dustin, as we are getting ready for the show tomorrow.
To be fair, that didn't happen to the Von Erichs often, but that will.
No, I don't want to relive this.
I made Auntie sad. I'm sorry.
Listen, you know how many people how many people that are not wrestling fans who go, "Hey, I just saw that Iron Claw movie. Do you know about the Von Erichs?"
I watch it when I go on planes now, because it's so good.
Do you want to cry?
I don't cry when I watch it.
Do you not have a soul?
Oh my god, my ex
young people got no heart.
No, my ex-track coach, we had this whole conversation. It was my junior year of high school. We were talking about the movie Wonder, and he was like, "Oh, I can't see that movie because it's about like a kid and like special needs, and like it would remind me of my own kids." And I'm like, "Well, I've never cried like watching a movie." He's like, "You have no soul. What is wrong with you?" He's like, "I bet you cried over wrestling," and I go, "Actually, I haven't. So let's not even go there. I've cried since, like when Britt returned, when Rollins won the Royal Rumble, when Rollins won the title. But yeah, I've never cried during a movie. No.
I cannot relate. Cannot
I mean, you also
relate.
have a show on Fightful called When Wrestling Makes Me Cry.
Yeah, wrestling made me cry every Sunday, except right now we're on a little mini hiatus while Kylie is being cooler than me, doing cool shit. Not even in Florida.
I
mean,
know.
she's been cooler than me for a long time. You get used to it. But cooler than me is not a high bar, so we don't have to go there.
All right, this is what I want to ask all of y'all.
Okay.
How many title changes are we going to have tomorrow? I don't want to go through predictions.
Oh, I
We're
just
already at
pulled
an hour
down
and a
my
half.
predictions. I wrote it down.
Kyle, how many title changes are there going to be tomorrow?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 6 title matches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got my answer now.
Either 2 or 3. I'll say 2.
1. Lee Moriarty will be the new pure champion. Every other title will be the same.
1.
1.
1.
That is the number after 0, but before 2. Uno. E, if you're talking Chinese.
Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. No.
What do you mean,
1.
no? 1.
I'm over here going maybe 3, maybe 4. We need a hard reset with Ring of Honor. We need a hard reset.
I agree.
We're gonna get this TV deal going on.
But I don't think the champions are necessarily the problem.
No.
We need champions that actually show up on television.
Well, here's my thinking.
But that's also not a champion problem. That's a booking problem.
That's a Tony Khan problem. Like, my thinking is this, right? Atlantis Jr., they put the title on him for the Texas residency, so he is not losing the title till that residency is done. Lee Moriarty... Yes, I'm sorry. Lee Moriarty will win the pure title. The Kingdom are going to win. Kyle and Ishii are not going to win the tag titles. Athena will reclaim. Billy will reclaim. And Mark Briscoe is going to reclaim. They're not putting the title on Roderick Strong.
Are you kidding me? No. You don't think that Mark Briscoe is going to... Okay, I know that Tony Khan has like a hard-on for the Briscoes, but isn't he served best in AEW?
But Roderick, yes, but Roderick is also featured on AEW regularly too. So it's not like if we get Roderick, he's going to be on Ring of Honor. He'll also be on AEW and we'll be in the same problem. You need someone like Shane Taylor. I think Shane Taylor will be the one to defeat Mark Briscoe. Remember, he called Mark Briscoe out, and we have yet to have this match. Shane Taylor instead is going after the TV title. So it's like that's the thing. Mark Briscoe already has a challenger lined up. Why would he lose?
But did it put on all the championships on the Undisputed Kingdom?
They're not winning. I don't think they're winning the trios titles either. I think the Von Erichs and Dustin are going to win because it's in Texas. They need to sell tickets for the Ring of Honor tapings.
This is exhausting. I don't feel like I even watch the same show as anybody else.
How do you sell tickets? You make homegrown, hometown talent champions. If I'm in Texas and I see the Von Erich champs, oh my god, I'm going to want to go. Oh my god, I'm going to want to see Dustin Rhodes. I need a lobotomy after this. Sorry. I have no words, Kimmy. You're probably right. But I just want a hard reset. This is Ring of Honor right now is Real Housewives of New York City, because Real Housewives of New York City was one of the best franchises of Real Housewives, and then it got too convoluted, too messy, too edited, and you know what the producer said?
Sorry, whole new cast. And it was one of the best seasons ever. No one knew anybody. But that's what made it so special. And that's what I feel like for Ring of Honor, is that we need a hard reset. We need new feuds to be born. We need new tag teams to be present and challenging each other. We need visible champions week after week to show up, or people are not going to care.
People already don't care. I wish someone would have
Hard
actually
reset.
con today
Reset.
what the Honor Club numbers are and how they have grown and how they have decreased over the past.
All he says on those calls is they've grown. Show me statistical numbers. I need hard numbers.
I need him to be like Paul Levesque.
This is why I'm not invited on those calls.
I
'Cause
need him
I'll
to be like,
excuse me, can you show me the raw data month over month? I need to see your return on investment, please.
the ROI, not the ROI.
I need to see
ROI
it.
for ROH.
I need to see the
Ooh.
numbers month over month to see who is staying, who is going, what are their demographics. That's what I care about. Because if I didn't cover this, would I actually stay subscribed?
No,
Probably not.
I would.
You go,
I would
Kyle.
because I am hopelessly addicted. I am an ROH shill to the end, and I'll stick with it until that ship goes under.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put on my ticker on here. Do we have final thoughts for this show at all?
it sucked. Thanks for
Did you
killing
feel
me.
excited to
No.
watch the show tomorrow?
No,
All right, Kimmy, we'll do shots tomorrow.
Thank
That'll be
you.
us.
I will go to the liquor store at some point tomorrow.
Total episode time 1:35:09. In ring time 48:32. That is 51% bell to bell.
I feel like that's more than it's been.
No, it's been hovering around 60%.
Oh my gosh, I'm
God.
so delusional. I don't even know.
Average match time was 6:56,
That's horrible.
which is up.
Oh,
But
yay.
the last several weeks it's been around 5 minutes and change.
Ugh.
But yes, while the average match time was up, that we also had a 7-minute match that you felt like went on for roughly 7 hours.
It did. Am I wrong? Not wrong.
All right, Kyle, we have a song request.
Yeah, Kyle.
The performer.
Hey, that's one. I'm not sure that's even in my key.
But now there's nowhere to hide. I'm not going to do it.
But also, wasn't that? Yeah, that song from Greece was originally done by Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
So very much not in my key. That would have to be down an octave or two at least. Like,
all right. So you'll be also doing shots later. This is fine.
Hey, yes.
Karaoke after dark. Let's go.
This was a deeply disappointing episode. I am but in the meantime, you can read Auntie's column on Body Slam. You can read some of my stuff on Stephanie Chase's latest piece on her Substack. She asked me about some things and some thoughts with this current version of ROH. So absolutely go check those two things out. And yeah, and then if you didn't listen to us complain about ROH enough tonight, you can listen to it. You can read it more later.
Yeah. By the way, SCG, Is karaoke required to fill the void of ROH disappointment? The answer is yes.
Oh my god.
The answer is yes.
Are those laughing Melzers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
The
That's
magic
amazing.
the magic of Twitch, man. It's a wild place, so
Too weird for the old man.
all right. Let our guest go first. Tell us where we can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_Sokol. You can follow me on Instagram at Kimmy.Sokol. You could read all of my Ring of Honor reviews at PW Insider. You could read my review for tomorrow's pay-per-view on the Pop Break. You could read my predictions on the Pop Break. It will be posted tomorrow. I'm going against my editor, and somehow my editor, who never watches the week-to-week program, always beats me in these Ring of Honor predictions, and it makes me want to jump out a window. If you're in the Cleveland area and you want to pregame before SmackDown and SummerSlam, you could go to WrestleCon.com and head to WrestleCon Cleveland. We have so many guests that are going to be there. The Garcia twins, Sting, Trish Stratus, Lita, Cameron Grimes, and so much more. So if you're looking for something to do in Cleveland, I heard there's nothing to do there. So why not just enjoy your wrestling vacation and go to WrestleCon.com? I will be here tomorrow, as I just invited myself on the Death Before Dishonor post show, because I've been told for months on this channel I could just invite myself to shows, and I finally decided to use that invitation wisely. And yeah, I'll be back here in 2 weeks after that. So hell yeah.
For this show, I'm not sure that that's a wise use of that invitation. That's neither here nor there.
Listen, it's the best thing for us.
I mean, we all have fun, but the show is. Well, I guess we'll see. But.
I'm gonna be so mad after the pay-per-view. I need to get my anger out somewhere, so I'll get it out with other people who are angry. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Wait, Bobby, that's so smart. I'm dead.
What did he
that's
say?
That's such a great marketing tool. He see, it's like my last name, but it's OLE.
Oh.
Wait a minute! All these people trashing Kimmy. Kimmy just convinced me that Mark Briscoe was not losing the championship. So I don't know. All right, Kyle, where can we find you?
Oh my gosh. If ever you were so inclined to do so, I'm not sure why, but if ever you were so inclined to do so, you can find me on Twitter at Kyle K. Sparks. That's where I'm going to be announcing almost anything that I do. I write ROH results weekly for Body Slam. In the event that I have enough time and energy to do so, I do occasionally write columns there. I'm here every Thursday for the Honor Ramble. I will be here checking things out for Death Before Dishonor tomorrow night. I'm occasionally live tweeting shows. Give me a follow at Kyle K. Sparks. Find anything from there.
Well,
that leaves
me, your auntie. You love me, you know me. I'm here every Thursday, rambling about honor, probably crying. Also, I cry about wrestling over on Fightful Overbooked on Sundays. We're right now on a little hiatus, but don't you wait, or don't you? I need a little lobotomy. Okay, don't you fret. We're gonna come back stronger than ever and cuter. So I don't know. I'm just always cute. So you can just find me doing whatever, hanging out wherever. You can go and read my little editorial on why Tony Khan does not care about Ring of Honor championships. But I do, and I do share a little anecdote, and it's really cute and in my voice. And if you love
it's
me,
really good.
Thank you. It'll make you cry, laugh, and I hope get you on my side on that. You can follow me everywhere _queer auntie. We got X, Instagram, TikTok. I do cute little dances and show my little outfits and show off my cute little earrings. Today we have little flowers. Tomorrow I'll probably have bigger earrings. We'll see what happens. And remember, you are watching this on OLE Podcasts, our local establishment. They are on X, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all of the locations, everything, always and forever. Our local establishment. Scrolling down in the ticker, there's also probably a link below where you're watching this video. Hello, hi. You're watching this either on YouTube, on Twitch, Facebook, maybe even X. But guess what? You're here, and we love you. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to see us tomorrow, which is Friday. Today is Friday
drinking.
Junior.
Yes.
Today's Friday Junior. But tomorrow is actually Friday. Join us tomorrow after, right after the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, where we
Or
are
else.
going. Or else.
Or else.
Yeah, everybody point at the screen. Or else.
Or else.
Or else.
Bobby,
We'll
this
get
is
you.
the thumbnail for the
Yeah. Or else. Does anybody else's finger like go up when you point?
What?
Okay.
No?
It's fine. Another weird thing about me. Anyways. We've been your Ring of Honor on a Ramble post show. You have been awesome. See you again soon. And let me get
Happy
back
wrestling,
to
everybody.
Yeah, let me get back to
Happy
the
wrestling.
I guess we're happily wrestling. Bye.